And now we are turning to a current event happening this Saturday in Cole Valley, Illinois. November is Epilepsy Awareness Month. A study published in the National Institutes of Health found that 1 in 26 people will develop epilepsy during their lifetime. And this weekend, you can play bingo to raise money for the Epilepsy Advocacy Network. Joining us now to chat about all of this is Carrie Jones, Executive Director of the Advocacy Network, and Kim Gregg, the Quad Cities Services Coordinator. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
All right, 1 in 26 is pretty staggering. Whether you know it or not, everyone probably knows someone that's impacted by epilepsy. There's a lot of stigma around this disorder. What are some of the stigmas that you all try to push back on?
Well, that's exactly the type of work we try to do, because unfortunately it can happen without people even realizing that they're kind of reinforcing those stigmas, because there can be a fear associated with seizures. And so we really try to tell people the biggest thing you can do if you see a seizure is to stay calm. We don't want people panicking when someone comes out of a seizure. There are all kinds of myths that have been out there throughout the years, and so we really work to educate the community, and we also work directly with people who have epilepsy so that they don't feel isolated in this journey.
Oh, absolutely. So if someone does have a seizure, what are some things that you should know?
So we like to use the acronym TRUST, which is we want to time the seizure. You want to remove any objects such as glasses or masks. You want to use something soft underneath their head, whether it's a pillow, blanket, or your hands. You also want to stay calm and stay with the person. That way when they come out of their seizure, they're not all upset too if you're upset. And you want to make sure you turn them on their side.
And of course, call 911.
Yes.
As soon as possible.
As needed, yes.
All right, so you've got this bingo bash happening this weekend in Cole Valley.
Yes.
Tell me what's happening.
So we are doing a music one, so it will all be to songs instead of our regular bingo. We have a lot of great prizes, a lot of people getting together for a great cause. There will be food and drink. There's also a great prize. The last one who wins bingo will win a 40-inch TV. So come join us for a silent auction, raffle, and a lot of good times.
Oh, that's amazing. And there are still spots open?
Yes, there are still available spots.
I love it. Do you buy individual tickets or is it by table?
You can buy individual tickets.
I love it. Well, the money that's being raised this weekend, where's that all going to?
So our services, as I mentioned, are directly with people who have epilepsy. So Kim, as our coordinator here in the Quad Cities, works with people wherever they're at in their epilepsy journey. For a lot of people at the beginning with that diagnosis, it can be really confusing, and not even realizing that there are specialists out there for epilepsy in the health world. Kim can get them connected so that they can get those seizures under control as best they can. Even if someone is further along in their journey and has gotten seizures relatively under control, we still can work with them on things like mental health and just making sure, like we talked about in the beginning, that they're not feeling alone in that journey.
That's something that I didn't know up until a few years ago, is that you're not always necessarily born knowing you have epilepsy. It's something that can develop later on in life.
Yeah, that's true. It can happen at any stage in life. So it can happen with children. It can happen in the middle of your life. It can happen when you're old. And that's one of the misconceptions too, that it can strike at any time.
All the more reason why it's so important to have organizations like the Advocacy Network available, especially right here in the Quad Cities. Thank you both for all the work that you do, and thank you for coming on The Current.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
For you guys at home, we have all the information you need for this weekend's bingo night in Cole Valley on Saturday up on our website. Just head over to the As Seen on TV tab.